Hey, my name is Justin Latimer, and here I am in the German Forest map. I am playing as Germania. For my infantry, I have brought 4 units of German Spear Warband. These guys are able to form phalanx. I have them spread 3 men thick, which is not an ideal deployment. They should probably be 4 or 5 men thick. But I've done this just because I am trying to create a bluff. I want the enemy to think I have a lot of soldiers. For my cavalry component, I have brought 2 units of Gothic cavalry. 1 unit is paired with my warlord, and I have brought an additional 2 units of Gothic cavalry for the other flank. I've also brought 2 units of barbarian cavalry, 2 units of knight raiders, 2 units of skirmishers with upgrades, and 2 units of chosen archer warband. Most of the army is a straightforward sort of army. The spear warband, because they can go into phalanx, are not going to be deployed in an ambush. They're going to be a highly visible force, which I will use to intimidate the opponent and encircle him. Backed up by the skirmisher warband, who also do not need to hide. I will want them to support my phalanx, as well as the chosen archer warband. The Gothic cavalry, I also want my opponent to see that. But the barbarian cavalry and the knight raiders are going to be my forces for subtlety in this battle. Knight raiders are a very good unit, especially for ambushes. They scare enemy units, so the additional morale damage of seeing a unit come out of ambush, that is scary in itself, but because these units are also scary themselves, that makes the ambush even more effective. And barbarian cavalry, they have a decent charge, but their defense and attack is much lower than the Gothic cavalry. So where my Gothic cavalry has brute force, my barbarian cavalry is a little more useful for ambush. My opponent's firing on me with his Onigners. He's also brought his archer auxilia close to be able to fire on my forces. I had 1 unit of Gothic cavalry separate to hit this legionary first cohort. I don't want to risk them getting killed by these really bad spears. I have the 2nd unit break off and hit them in the back. I pulled my units away from skirmishing with the missile units here. Praetorian cavalry have scared off one of my units of Gothic cavalry. Meanwhile, my spear warband has gotten closer to the enemy. Unit of legionary cavalry slips behind my spearmen. He's gonna try to hit them in the back. I turn them around a little too slow maybe, but they still do quite a bit of damage, and my Gothic cavalry is nearby to help. And there goes the enemy general running away. My barbarian cavalry has charged out of the forest to hit the enemy onigners. They've done quite a bit of damage. One unit of legionary 1st cohort is routing after being charged by my barbarian cavalry, which is a much cheaper unit than the legionary 1st cohort. But they rout. There's a lot of men here. So I'm going to bring my spearmen closer to encircle the enemy. He's going to charge his Praetorian cavalry into my spears. Not a particularly good idea. Spreading my spears out wide like this, I'm able to deny quite a bit of the battlefield to my opponent. He ends up making a last stand around these disabled onigners. Town watch. And there are the Praetorian cavalry charging into my spears. That guy flew pretty high, but the Praetorian cavalry is not doing so well now. And I charge in my Gothic cavalry. That does quite a bit of morale damage. There's a lot of running Romans right now. And now there's only one unit standing. It's this unit of Praetorian cavalry. I'm using my Knight Raiders to chase down infantry because they're quite fast for infantry. This unit of Praetorian cavalry is going to be surrounded by my Gothic cavalry and also destroyed.
This is a great victory! The cries of dying enemies are sweet music to our warriors.
And there we are! Germania wins in the German Forest map. A famous quotation springs to mind. Varus, give me back my legions. And so here we are, men deployed, 1,315 against 984. Kills 652 against 226. Men remaining 1,115 for me. 322 for Fuzzy Vincenzo 2000. 85 kills for my Gothic cavalry, 103 for another unit. 95 for another unit of Gothic cavalry. Spear warband 70. 53 for this unit of barbarian cavalry. 67 for the other. 50 on this unit of Knight Raiders. One of the things that's useful about playing as a barbarian faction is you are able to field a lot of soldiers. And while the Roman soldiers will have higher quality arms and armor, if you have more soldiers, you can deny more land, you can control more land, and Germania has good infantry as well as good cavalry, so you can have a cavalry advantage and an infantry advantage, and also my Chosen Archer Warband are a very useful archer. They have long range. So do the Roman Auxilia. So I wouldn't exactly call it a range advantage, but if you bring more of them, it is a range advantage. Good game to my opponent. Thank you for watching. I will have more videos soon.